now, just sub 10, and just staying alive, I guess, like a snail. Like, it's good for him. I mean, it's made him thousands of dollars, and when you're in a tournament, that's all you can ask for is a few ladders, and especially if you're short.
For those people who are in chat, if you wouldn't mind giving us a hello or whatever, just to make sure that we're capturing you guys as we went for that short intermission as the software downstairs decided to glitch up on us. We are now back. So the guys down in the studio at the moment are just refreshing everything up here. So there's a little bit of a delay from our side, but what you are seeing at the moment is on a 20-minute delay. As Michael Biviano picks up ace-10 and raises to 250k on the button. Charlie's going to jam pocket 5. Ash is going to put the queen 4 in the bin. And Michael's going to call. So it's pocket 5 versus ace-10. Here we go.
So this is massive. This is... Charlie could genuinely become second in chips here from nearly being out in 8th. So
it's ace-10 versus pocket 5. Standard situation, flip situation. Here comes the flop. Flop comes queen 7-9. No help to Michael Biviano. Needs to find an ace or a 10. 10 on the turn. And Charlie needs to find a 5. Otherwise, he's busted, and he doesn't find it. GG's in the chat for Charlie, who busts out in 3rd. And we are now heads up, which means a couple of things. It means that they're going to be playing for all the cheese. As you can see, Michael Biviano out there with 62 bigs, 7.5 mil. Ash Ovens with 14 bigs, 1.7. It's going to be a short 5-minute break before heads up, just as they're counting down the stacks and making sure that everything's going correctly. Just going to do a little bit of a break so that everybody can use the bathroom. I think what we might do, actually, if you don't mind, Jackson, and the guys down in the studio, we might actually talk this one through.
Yeah, done.
You okay with that?
Yeah, of course.
Might talk that one through because we are heads up here and this game could be concluded at any time.
Asher only has 14 bigs, so this could be one of those heads up where, like, there's 76 bigs in play, right? So this could be one where we are done in one hand, or this could be one where Ash finds an early double and we're 30 bigs effective, and 30 bigs effective heads up is quite interesting.
Great shout.
Do you know if they play with an ante in heads up in Playlive? Are you sure?
I believe that they do.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe that they do. You'll be able to see this in approximately 5 minutes when they deal out the first hand, but I believe the antes are in play.
Yep. So Dylan reckons Michael wins in 10 minutes. So we're going to say 10 minutes from when the cards are in the air for the start of heads up, he wins. So I'm going to take the over on that.
Sure.
But it wouldn't shock me if it was under.
Sure. Why not? So it gives us a bit of a golden opportunity here now that we're heads up to, for those people who are stuck by us, and maybe the studio downstairs can let us know how many people roughly are watching across all 3 platforms after that short break in the transmission, so I can make sure that we can get maximum people to try and take advantage of the $200 that I'll be giving away for free. It goes towards the main event buy-in, the hospitality package. I'll be paying the hospitality package on your behalf if you are lucky enough to win the last giveaway of the evening. Might just take a minute or so just to make sure that the studio downstairs has connected everybody up to YouTube and to Twitch, because I believe that Facebook Live is still active, but I just want to make sure that everybody's got an equal opportunity to win this last package of the evening. So if the guys down there in the studio can write us a little note up here, that would be great to let us know. All right, so we're going to be giving a few more minutes to YouTube before I do that last giveaway. I will be doing that last giveaway one way or another. So if there is a conclusion to this particular event, stick around, because I will definitely be a man of my word and give away one more.
Hey, it's quite impressive.
Packages.
It's 2 a.m. almost, and there's still a lot of viewers just sticking around. So shout out to you guys.
Yeah, bloody oath.
Makes it fun for us. You know, if we were just yapping to ourselves, we probably wouldn't be enjoying it as much. And
sure,
the fact that we've got, you know, I'm not sure exactly numbers, but it was in the triple digits, well over before when I checked. So shout outs to you guys. I know not everyone are going to want to comment and stuff like that, but we know you're watching and we appreciate it, and it gives us some fun. So as we mentioned, obviously the giveaway very soon, but any questions you want any of us to answer regarding poker, or even, you know, what's our favorite movie or something like that, let's while we're on a break, we're feeling free to just answer those for you.
I tell you what, I'm going to throw it to you just quickly on that.
Go.
What is your favorite movie of all time? Now, I've got a number one that I reckon I've watched 1,000 times. I'm not even joking when I say 1,000 times.
Okay.
That sounds crazy, but it's on Sunday on Channel 10 almost every single week because there's the GOAT of GOAT movies,
What is it?
Terminator 2.
Okay.
Absolute winner. You can't forget about it.
Yeah,
I've got it
mate.
on DVD, Blu-ray. It's on
3D,
Netflix.
4D,
Every 4D. I've seen it. IMAX. Everything.
Yeah.
That is the greatest movie of all time. Terminator 2. I don't know if anybody can hear us in the chat, but if there's W's in the chat for Terminator 2, that is an absolute. I mean, just knock it out of the park. 10 out of 10 movie for me. That I've never seen really, to be honest, a 10 out of 10. But that's a solid 9.7 in my book. I haven't seen a movie better than that.
Yeah, okay. So you're going to hate me. I don't actually think I've watched it. When did it come out?
It came out before you were born, for sure.
That's probably why. Look, I'm actually more of I love TV shows. I can give you like 5 to 10 TV shows that are like a 10 out of 10 for me, right? So movies I'm actually not huge on. Like a lot of people say Avatar. I didn't really love Avatar.
Forget about this Avatar. And actually, I'll tell you what, I'm going to play it back at you. I've never seen Avatar.
Yeah, okay. So
right, so we're 1 for 1 now. You've never seen Terminator 2. I've never seen Avatar. And I'll tell you why I've never seen Avatar, just really quickly. It's because everybody told me, it's the greatest movie ever.
I don't think so, though.
So when they build it up to that, I can't watch it.
Well, because
they call it.
The heights are too high.
Sure.
How can you beat it?
You can't beat it.
You're expecting a 10 and it's an 8 and you're like,
Yeah,
whereas you're expecting like a 6...
Right, what about like a Shawshank Redemption, Primal Fear?
Movie. Yeah, great movie. Yeah. Shawshank is great.
Gladiator,
yeah.
Matrix. Jeez, you're killing me. Absolutely killing me. You came in clutch all day today. Yeah, you were up there at the sort of high nines. I might have to drop you down to like an 8-8.
Yeah, this shows my age, doesn't it? Like you seen Sopranos?
Yeah, of course.
I haven't seen Sopranos.
Oh man, you're absolutely killing me,
so
man.
My mates are Italian, yeah, and they reckon it's the best movie ever.
Forget about
the best
it.
show ever. Yeah. Well, now Chris Kokonos, Greek.
Yeah.
Watching it.
Of course.
Best show ever, he reckons.
Sure.
He reckons it's the funniest, best show ever. Acting unbelievable.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah. So I need to watch that. You seen Ozark?
Mate, I tell you what, Ozark's in a high 8 for me. That's like an 8.9.
I love Ozark.
Ozark's off the chain.
It is off the chain.
And Jason Bateman,
he's
unbelievable. Forget about it, man. He's absolutely
I'm not like huge into actors. I'm like, whatever. I'll watch anything he's in.
Yeah, of course.
He's brilliant.
Not to mention, he's also very funny because if you've seen Horrible Bosses and stuff like that, he's a pisser. So
yeah. Shut up, Paris, man. What are we doing? Paris says,
anyway,
anime. I'm not an anime guy.
Players are going to come back shortly here. Gives us a bit of a golden opportunity. There's my daughter actually on stream. You can't make that up. That's my daughter Camilla there with Tiger, who we gave away a prize for earlier, which is Anand Goplin. That's his nickname there, Tiger. You can see him on the stream at the moment. The big man there. He looks Maori, but he's not. He's got the tats. And
you remember or not?
What's this?
What is he? Half what?
I think he's half Indian, half like Malaysian or something. It's like a really weird combo, yeah? But absolutely like a crusher. And The Wire, obviously a pretty nutted show coming in from CK. Totally agree with that. Before
you do that, I'm gonna Shai's comment is great, and we mentioned before the Ash and Stephen Chidwick look very alike.
Great shout,
and I'm glad he's noticed that. So
great shout.
No, he's not. He's not security, man. He's a TD.
No, he's a TD. He's the main man here on the dance floor. To be fair, Big Tiger, as you can see,
could be security.
Yeah, he could be
he's
easily. I know he hits the gym at least 3-4 times a week. Big unit. He's got the water bottle there and the trophy, as you can see. We are to heads up poker at the moment here to see the conclusion of the opening event here. Day 2, $150,000 guaranteed. They're playing for $28,000 up top. No deals being made. And we're going to be back to the action shortly. I'm just going to find out from the studio downstairs. All right, so we've got the go-ahead to do the giveaway across all 3 platforms. Here we go. This is the last question of the evening. Now, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a tip, okay? If you're on Facebook Live, you're on YouTube, and you're on Twitch, if you want to give yourself the maximum opportunity to win the last package, log into all 3 of them and give the answer on all 3, because we're going to have to pick one from one of the platforms, and the winner's going to come from there. So you might as well just quickly jump onto all 3 platforms to give your answers, and then you've got an ultimate opportunity to win because you'd be live on all 3 platforms. Anyway, here is the last question of this evening. Here it is. Last question of the evening. Here we go.
It's
You
exciting.
ready, Jackson?
Start of the heads up. And actually, before you say anything, you might need to hurry up because this could
I
be
will.
all in right now.
Right.
I mean, this will be all in right now. Sorry.
The question is this: who won the 2005 World Series of Poker main event? Who won the World Series of Poker main event in 2005?
They might need to hurry up because this could be all in call. Not all in fold. All right.
That is the question for you guys for the last main event package. I'll do it one more time for everybody at home. Who won the 2005 main event during the World Series of Poker? Now we're going to do what we did the entire night, I should say, for this last package. Outside of one of them, we've got a little bit of complaints about.
Bit of
A bit of. We're going to randomise from cards that we've got up here on which platform we're going to give that last package away to, or last giveaway, I should say, away to. So I'm going to give you guys the ultimate opportunity to put your answers in all three platforms and give you the ultimate opportunity to win the last $200 hospitality package from me, going towards the main event buy-in and the main event buy-in only.
Ash is waking up with hands early. It's a shame for him he's not getting called off, but it's a good way to start an FT when you're probably low on confidence just because you got a 4-1 or 3-1 chip lead against you.
And the chat's going a bit wild. Everybody's got the correct answer. Pretty hard not to get this one, to be fair. It's readily available all over the internet. He's an Australian Lebanese professional poker player, good friend of mine.
Lebanese.
Yeah, Australian Lebanese, yep.
Did not know that.
Yep. Actually got a bit of a funny story about that, but probably not worthy of chucking it on the comms here as we get back to the action. If you don't mind bringing up the chats, please, studio downstairs, because we can't quite see them up on the screen at the moment. That would help me pick a winner.
This is going to be 3 all-ins in a row from Ash, I believe. If he does what... Oh, he's actually just going for the min raise, okay. Oh, he's going for the limp, okay.
So regardless of what happens in this particular event, I will be giving away that package. So you're going to have to stick around regardless of what happens. And we're going to give the last $200 out of my own back pocket away to the winner of the final giveaway, the monkey giveaway for today, in honour of my dad and his birthday, which happened yesterday, the 7th of March. Everybody in chat has basically got it correct. Chat's going absolutely bananas. Joe Hashem obviously is the answer to the question as the king peels off for Ash on the turn. Michael did flop the bottom pair with 4 deuce, but Ash out in front at the moment as he picks up the king on the turn. Michael looking at 2 outs. Needs to find a deuce ball on the river.
Yeah, this is a really good turn, obviously, for Ash. If he was gonna, he'd be betting range on this turn for sure. Just very lucky that Michael's got a slice of it. Obviously cannot fold this. I think I would like a size like, 180 something. Well, literally bet 180. So Michael's going to be looking for a 2 and a 2 only, and he's got the fake 2 pair now. So
yeah, that is the fake 2 pairs. The 4 of hearts peels off.
People do tend to, not that they obviously know that they're still behind a king, but they sometimes like to overvalue it because they just like, it's fake 2 pair, but really you just got a 4. So like we'll see if he fires, but I actually wouldn't fault him at all for calling this off depending on size. Like at the end of the day, you've got second top pair really. I mean, obviously the board's paired, but Ash is going to be pretty wide here, and he's checked back flop. So what he's saying is he's got a king or a king and a king only. He would have bet all over pairs on the flop besides probably aces, and he's got a 6x or king x, and Ash is probably going to come with, say, maybe 300. I would like to guess. He's gone a little bit bigger by the looks of it. Looks like he's gone 375, 400 potentially.
It's a great bet. Kind of like it.
Yeah, I like it.
I reckon you might get a call out of Michael here just quietly.
He's gone bigger, 450, hey?
Still like it though.
Yeah, I mean...
Basically a little bit more than half pot. Michael's found that 4 dangler at the river. He's made 6s and 4s with the king kicker. He probably needs to pay this off just quietly.
So this is more a PLO play, and maybe you'd like to see it I would like to see an all in here. And Crilly has literally taken the words out of my mouth, right? So
It flicks it in, just flicks it in, Michael.
yeah,
And Ash is going to take that bad boy down. So they're basically 2-1 chip lead at the moment for Michael.
I think it's very gross if you jam there for Ash. Obviously, not expecting a ton of bluffs, but obviously repping pocket deuces, and I think pocket deuces would check back flop, just sort of rope him in, and pocket fours and stuff like that. You obviously block both now, so also you can credibly rep 6x as well. So you are trying to sort of get him to fold the king, which is tough, but I think it's possible, and I like it. So Crilly was on the money and took the words out of my mouth, so people are going to think I'm copying him now. But it is like a kind of a PLO play when you like sort of have like the two pair that's under the board pair. But
Yeah.
it's obviously a lot easier to have that in PLO, obviously. But
So obviously everybody's coming in clutch on the chat. The big name, Joe Hasham.
I think Crilly's deleted his comment just to make me look good. So he's
What a gentleman.
He's such a good guy.
He is a great guy. So the question for everybody before I draw the winner out for the last remaining giveaway from me tonight is, in 2005, who was the main event champion, the WSOP in 2005? So the World Series of Poker 2005 main event champion was who? Put your answers into the comments in all of the chats. Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch gives you the ultimate opportunity to win that last and final package. We'll be choosing a winner from one of the 3 platforms, so it's in your best interest to be across all 3 platforms. Gives you the ultimate opportunity to win that final package, and I will announce that shortly. This Happy Man comes in with a Joe Hasham. X-Omni comes in there with Joe Hasham. Dapto, Joe Hasham. Everybody's putting the Joe Hashams in there. It's a good friend of mine. Big man turns 60 next week. Seems reasonable to do some sort of giveaway for the big man's birthday next week. We might have to be going into the phone tank here for the random card generator, or random number generator, to figure out who's going to be the winner of the final package here.
We've copped a lot of messages, a lot of comments, which is great.
Great.
It's crazy that people are still tuning in at 2 a.m. So
Good on them.
Thanks to you.
And
guys.
they should be rewarded for it, you know?
They should be. I mean, they're getting a percentage chance of binking $200 in a hospitality package. So, everyone's happy.
So check from Michael with the 10-9, who didn't flop any part of it. Ash is going to bet it and take it down. Michael just folds the 10-9. So chat gets a little bit rowdy. It's only 10:56 p.m. in Perth, just quietly. So clutch from the people in Perth. Obviously, it's still a bit early in the evening, but it is 3 minutes to 2 a.m. here, local time in Melbourne. We've been calling the action since 8 o'clock.
We've been in the mix, hey?
We have been in the mix.
It's been fun.
It has been
And it's
fun.
nearly over. I mean, I didn't know if it would end tonight. I mean, I assumed it would, but these guys wouldn't bust for ages. Hey, it was 8-handed for like an hour.
That's true.
And that was short.
So I'll be letting you know who that winner is in 3 minutes' time. So I'm going to give everyone a 3-minute warning to put their answers into the chats. You've got until 2 a.m. local time to get your answers in before we do the random number generator to generate who wins. As the flop comes down, a couple of 8s and a 10, flush draw for Michael Biviano, nothing for Ash here at the moment. As you can see, Ash is actually out in front with 9 high, but Michael Biviano's out top right-hand corner, 14 outs. He's going to check his option back. Here comes the turn. He brings in the 6.
I'm not a huge fan of that check. You really want to bet this. Like, you're just getting... I mean, you have 6 high, right?
Sure.
You just want every better hand to fold. Like 7-5, Jack 4, Queen 5. All these random hands, like King high and Ace high is not folding, obviously, but you have 6 high. You just want to start betting, right? Now, you have picked up a really lucky turn, so this is a kind of spot where Ash is just going to blast this off. But which is probably standard as well, right? You got to have some bluffs here, I guess. So don't fault him at all for going for it. Thinking that Michael would probably bet 10x or a flush draw, maybe check back an 8 or something like that. But
no help to Ash. You need to find a 10, a 9,
yeah,
or a 7.
I think I'm bluffing here. Having a diamond, a little bit annoying, but yeah, I think we're against a fairly capped range. Shouldn't really have a lot of value here. So I'm probably betting something a little bit chunky, but nothing too big. Maybe like 400, 450, something like that. And sort of trying to just target that ace X to fold. So let's see what he comes with. I definitely do like the bet. 525.
I think he just gets snapped off here, to be fair.
So I think, what did I say? I said like 450. So yeah, pretty similar-ish thought pattern.
Yeah, he just snaps it off.
And this is the beauty of heads-up poker. Everyone's so wide, and you just have to make these what feel like outrageously wide calls, but in heads-up theory, they're actually quite standard, to be honest. So, yeah, I think that's fine. Having a diamond isn't amazing or anything like that, but yeah.
So for those people just at home at the moment, there is a little bit of a technical glitch from the studio downstairs. So as you can see, Ash hasn't been actually dealt the cards yet, but we do know that he's got the ace-7 here. That's because there's a little glitch downstairs once we restarted the software. It's not that we can see the cards before we can see them dealt, obviously. So Ash here on the button. First to act in heads-up poker. Picked up the ace-7 off. Pretty monster holding heads up just quietly. And a natural for those people who like to play baccarat. No side, 3-side. It's now 2 a.m. So we're going to lock out all the comments in all 3 platforms as of right now, if you don't mind, studio. So Kevin in YouTube and Marth on the Facebook Live. They're the last answers there, and obviously I'm Aussie Matty in Twitch. It's now locked out before we get to calling the winner of the last giveaway. Yep, correct. Thanks from the studio downstairs who are just confirming that with me. I have to admit, big shout out to the guys downstairs. Guys, just an absolute crusher in the studio downstairs, been helping us out. Bring you the action all night as Ash obviously flops bottom pair. He's got backdoor flush outs to the nuts. Michael Biviano needs to find one of those 9s remaining in the deck. He just got to bet it. Michael's going to have to fold. Jackson Young goes for a big yawn here in the commentary booth.
It is getting to that point. I am enjoying the poker, but I did get up at 7 a.m. today. So just battling a little bit, but we're fine. No stress.
Fair enough. All right, so this is what we're going to do here. We're going to do the random poker card generator here. If it comes up number 1, it's Facebook Live. If it comes up number 2, it's YouTube. If it comes up number 3, it's Twitch.
Let's do it.
And then we're going to figure it out from there, how many people have put in the answer correctly without it being duplicated. So you can't put in multiple entries. You only get 1.
Which one's 1? Which one's 2? Which one's 3?
1 is Facebook Live, 2 is YouTube, and 3 is Twitch. Wow, right, okay. So Twitch has come up here. You can't make that up. All right, so Twitch. Everybody who's put their numbers into Twitch for Joe Hasham.
Not many.
Have got an opportunity here just quietly to win the package. So bit of a bad beat for those people on Facebook Live and for YouTube that do make up the majority of the viewers, but it was randomly selected here by Jackson, so you can blame him if you're not part of the Twitch chat, I should say. There's only a few people in there, so it's basically 7 people total who could potentially take down this prize at this time. As Ash Ovens here picks up the 7-5 off on the button. We'll get to the winner in just a second. Michael's going to check his option. So Ash just limping in and Michael checking back his option here.
I have done the generator, so we'll wait to the end of the hand to reveal.
There you go. Michael's going to check as the blinds go up next hand. 75, 150, 150. Check from Michael out of the big blind. Check back from Ash. Picks up second best pair on the board. Turn card brings in the 8 of clubs.
Yeah, I wouldn't hate seeing Michael start stabbing here. Wide v wide. Just want to sort of, you feel like Ash would start betting like 10-8 and stuff like that on the flop. So you probably can rule out a chunk of 8x. So you're targeting sort of like unmade hands, like, offsuit kings and, ace-x and stuff like that. Maybe
Sure.
some lower pockets than 7 and then also some 7x. So you obviously you're behind all of those. So want to try to start getting these hands to fold. I don't know if a 7's going to fold yet, especially with a gut shot, but I think you should probably look to Fire River, and that's like a really good card for you. You can just bet really small now, obviously a 4-liner to a 10. So I'm probably looking to bet like 250 here if I'm Michael, and I'm not sure. He has 5 high, right? So you probably just want to bluff. You can't really, you can't really beat anything obviously with 5 high. So you sort of want to like get a hand like, pocket 4s that got sticky, or a hand like, pocket 3s, 7x that can't really call. Obviously you lose the 10x, but it is what it is. So
Sure. All right, so we had 7 total people in the Twitch chat.
which is funny. We had like 30 on YouTube and like 40 on all. I mean, I'm just making up numbers, but it was a ton on Facebook. So it wouldn't shock me if it was like 40-ish.
Bit of a small call for the people who have been watching us on Facebook Live and on YouTube. We do very much appreciate your viewership. However, we do choose this at random, so it has gone to Twitch. And it's the third from the top in Twitch. So I'm going to get the studio downstairs. Third correct answer from the first correct answer of Joe Hashim in the Twitch chat will be the winner. So let's just have a quick look here. Right, so the winner is going to be Soul68. Soul68 on Twitch has won a $200 hospitality package, courtesy of myself, to go towards your main event buy-in. Soul68 on Twitch, taking it down. Congratulations. That was the last giveaway of this evening, so congratulations to Soul68. GG's in the chat. As Michael here picks up second best pair and Ash picking up bottom pair. Going to go check, see what Michael decides to do as... Going to flick it in.
Yeah, I like this bet. This is quite nice. We've been given a 5% free roll.
Sure. I'll take it.
We'll
Yeah,
take
sure.
it.
Why not? Yeah, 5% free roll. I'll take it.
We'll take it.
I don't know if I can legitimately do that, but
Probably not, but hey, and this is a banger of a turn. This could be a big pot depending on how these boys want to play it. Michael picking up a gut shot along with his 5 and probably just going to want to check this one back, and Ash picking up an open ender with bottom pair. I actually wouldn't hate to see a check raise here from Ash if Michael does bet, but I think you just want to check this one back if you're Michael and sort of try get a cheap showdown, which he does elect to do, which is nice. And wow.
wow, what a card at the river.
Yeah, so
That's
look,
unbelievable.
you're not going to lose a heap being Ash because you do lose to any 8, any 3, and any
Flush. Yep.
plus any better 2 pairs. So you're probably going to like either bet and then fold to a raise, or you're going to just check call this, depending on size. And if he goes egregiously large, then can just, even fold the hand as strong as 2 pair. Obviously, we're wide v wide, so we are sort of looking to call light. So I probably would like to see a bet of like 500. What does he bet?
500 on the nose.
Yeah. I'm locked in today, Monkey.
He's absolutely
I'm
locked in here.
in.
Jackson Young
Yeah.
calling the action just like on the nose, just
Yeah.
quietly. He said bet 500. Michael's done exactly that. He's bet 500 lacquer
Yeah.
with
this
his
is,
straight here.
This is a very tough spot, man. So Michael having the 3 of spades specifically as a hand that probably would want to bluff. Let's just say he had like, I don't know, I'm making up a hand right now. Let's say, I don't know, 9-3 with the 3 of spades, right? Well, that's actually a straight. So you probably want to use a hand like 10 of spades or something like that to bluff with. And
Ash is just going to flick it
Ash
in there.
does
See the bad
score, yeah.
news. Michael's going to show him the straight. Ash finding 2 pairs at the river. No good on the
it's
4-liner.
That's a brutal river, that.
No doubts.
2 pairs, BBB, heads up, is quite a bit of a monster. So, yeah, pretty unlucky for Ash, but he's still in it. 13 bigs is plenty.
Blinds are now up to 75K, 150, 150. I do want to take a moment to give a huge shout out to everybody who has joined us for the coverage of the conclusion of day 2 of the opening event here at Playlive Melbourne, 129 York Street, South Melbourne. Big shout out to everybody who's contributed in the chat. We very much appreciate you guys sticking by us to the conclusion of this event. It goes to everybody on Facebook Live, YouTube, and on Twitch. If you haven't already, like and subscribe to the page. That'll keep you up to date with all the updates that are going on here at Playlive. And when we're on live next, I believe I'm jumping back into the comm booth to do the 5K.
Bang.
High roller, which I believe is on the day 2, which is on Tuesday. Another special guest in there on Tuesday night to do the 5K. So if you're lucky and I feel generous again, I might do a few more giveaways on Tuesday. But I'll see how I feel. Do have a pretty big day on Wednesday, just quietly. So see how I feel about that. As Michael just
he's going for
jams
it
all in here. He's
so,
just going for it straight up.
So it does help Ash having this rail behind him, obviously. His friends can sort of give him some advice and what strategy they think Michael's playing and stuff like that.
Sure.
You know, and obviously can't see the cards, but you know, if people are picking up on that Michael's a bit crazy, you can start limping some strong hands, like, you know, some ace jacks and stuff like that, and just snapping off when Michael jams. But Michael obviously with the upper hand here, Ash with 12 bigs, so we're going to see a lot of Michael jamming. Like, this is just, he doesn't even think about it for longer than half a second and just snap jams. So we're at that point of that tournament where it's just going to go jam until they both wake up with somewhat of a hand, and then see who wins it and go from there.
Lachlan Crilly coming into the chat there. Gosh, I hope Jackson Young is the special guest for the 5K high roller.
Mate, I hope I'm commentating you, mate. You should be still in it by day 2, right?
Are you going to jump into it?
I am TBC.
Sure.
I have, like, you know when you're busy and you just really want to try fit other things in?
Forget about the busy, man, on a Tuesday. What are you talking about busy on a Tuesday, man?
I know. So I am definitely going to try my best to play.
Ash finds a hand here. Ace jack off.
If
so
not,
obviously going to have to jam this, huh?
If not, I'll jump on comms if needed from the boys. Otherwise, I'll be flicking it. Or I might bust early. So, you know, either way I can play, you know.
Should be a bit of fun. That is Tuesday, March the 10th, the 5K high roller, day 2. For those big boys with the deep pockets who want to come and play that, I imagine Lachlan Crilly is going to jump into that alongside a few other people.
I think this is a little bit of a mistake from Ash. Now, what I said before, you're going to think I'm contradicting myself, but I did say that if Michael's going to go crazy, you can just limp some stuff. But this is when Ash had 15 bigs, right?
Sure.
Ash now has, 9 or 10 bigs, so you just kind of want to deny equity with ace jack and just go all in. Obviously, like, you know, you are getting better hands. You are getting worse hands to fold, sure, but, you know, 2.5 bigs when you've got 9 bigs is a pile, right? You know, you'd pretty much 25% adding onto your stack. So
Michael picking up a few more outs here on the turn too.
Yeah, I do like it.
As you can see, he picks up the gut shot with a 9 to go along with his 10-8. Ash obviously out in front at the moment, 77% equity versus 23. And Michael's just going to bet the equity here. Or I should say bet his gut shot and 10-8 that could roll off at the river. And Ash is going to come along. And the river comes a repeat 6. So pretty decent card here for Ash, just quietly. We are calling him Cash Ovens, so I'd imagine that Michael might shut down here. I can't imagine he's going to find one more bullet here, or barrel for that matter. But you never know. And Ash, I think, has got a pretty easy decision just to call this off.
Yeah.
With ace jack high, considering he's got to shut down.
As I said before, I think people really like to bluff catch.
Yeah, and just shut down from Ash as well.
And pair rivers, so no need for Ash to bet. You're only really getting called by, like, I don't know, ace 4, which he never has because he's jamming that in pre. So
that's it.
Nice. Like, you know, you go from 9 bigs to 13 bigs, which is, you know, almost half of a double up. So awesome stuff from Ash. And I probably would have liked the jam, to be honest, but, you know, gets the max.
As you can see, they're playing for Big Cheese up top, 28 and change, 17.5 for second. No deal has been made. They're going to be playing for all of it. We should be seeing a conclusion to this event, I'd imagine, relatively soon, considering how big the blinds are and stacks in play. But Ash now up to 13 bigs, 2 million flat versus Michael Biviano, who's got 7.2 mil. The boys obviously railing Ash all night long, just quietly.
I got a comment in the face. I forgot to reply to it, but from Taylor, one of our, I think it was a cap winner or a hoodie winner or something like that. I said something along the lines of, "It's always fun railing 5 and 10 of your mates," and it did sound a little bit
Yeah, sure.
zesty.
Zesty, yeah, sure.
I guess the word to say on stream would be. So no, I've not railed 5 to 10 guys, if that clears something up in the air. But being in a rail with 5, 10 of your mates, elite.
Yeah,
Railing
sure.
5, 10 of your mates, depending on the kind of guy you are. I mean, not my vibe in per se.
Have a look at CK coming in. These guys have a smaller VPIP hands.
Heads up,
Have
yeah.
VPIP heads up, I should say, than Elvis 9-handed. Yeah, great call. Elvis was in there, I think, when that stat came up. It was 83%. And we thought it was unders.
Yeah, I think, I mean, that might have been when we watched stream. I literally can't remember him folding a hand.
Sure. A little bit of a shout out here to Jason William also says, shout out to the commentary fellas. Also, thank you for the giveaways. Very generous W in the chat. Very much appreciate that, Jason. Hope you guys at home have enjoyed the commentary brought to you by me, Josh Monk, aka Monkey, alongside Jackson Young, who's been awake since 7 a.m. The poor bugger. But battling it out.
Battling it for the people.
Coming into these 19th hour, give or take, of being awake, or 18th hour for that matter.
No caffeine. I'm not a caffeine guy.
Not
either.
a caffeine
No,
guy either. Jeez.
Never really had a coffee.
Tough spot.
Yeah, I'm just, a bit of a purist. No coffee, no alcohol, just the body cleanse, although I'm eating a lot of chocolate today. So,
Yeah.
so I need to get...
Yeah, I thought you had a packet of Twisties, Doritos, a couple of muesli bars, yeah?
Yeah, it's been a disgrace for me. Like, I didn't eat dinner. I was running over here to try and make it by 8:15 or whenever we started, and didn't get to eat, and then locked in and haven't eaten tonight. So, yeah, it hasn't been the healthiest day, but,
Such as life.
poker on, hey, who cares?
Who cares? I agree. Now, we didn't get back to the question I asked you earlier. What's your favourite movie? I don't think you gave me one because I said Terminator 2, but...
I need to think.
Because I know you said you don't watch too many movies, but surely you've got a favourite out there.
I'll have to have
Surely.
one, right? Like, Shawshank Redemption was unbelievable. But maybe I'm too young to appreciate it fully.
Sure.
Because, there's so much CGI and stuff now. Not that I'm into that, but, you've seen it and experienced it.
Yeah.
So maybe I don't appreciate it as much. I saw 7. I thought 7 was really good.
Oh, 7's an amazing movie,
7's
man.
great.
Jeez.
I do like those kind of quirky, mysterious horror. Not horror, sorry. Mysterious, kind of...
Thrillers.
Yeah,
whatever.
thrillers the word.
Suspense movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm not exactly sure, what my favourite movie is. I'm going to have to think about it in the next couple of minutes.
Clearly coming in with anything with Morgan Freeman in it, surely.
Wasn't that was it you or him or Nathaniel said it in a video the other day? And then
Have a look at the flop here for Michael. Just quietly flops the flush draw with a gut shot. And Ash also in here with the gut shot. Needs to find a 7, but Michael got 14 outs, top right-hand corner. Ash obviously out in front with his king high with that gut shot. He's going to check back his option. Here comes the turn down and dirty. Brings in the king for Ash. Big card for him. Hits top pair on the turn. King of spades on the turn. Michael still with a plethora of outs that he can hit. 11 cold ones. He's going to come out with a bet.
This is a
Looks
disaster
like 200
turn for Ash. Gosh.
Sure. Michael's going to bet out $250,000, 250K. Back round to Ash, who hits gin on the turn. Michael still with 25% equity here, 11 outs going into the river. So it's 75-25 split in equities. Pretty massive card, obviously, for Ash. The nut card for him, if anything. And he calls, and off to the river we go.
This could be a disaster, but he fades it. And you probably want it. This is actually one of the bluffs you actually kind of want to shut down because, once again, we need to look at what are we targeting, right? So if we have a flush draw, well, they don't have a flush draw, most likely, right? They can have a 4. So we're kind of just targeting a 6 if we're bluffing, right? So we're kind of just betting sort of for no reason, I would sort of say. Is he going to fold an 8 on a paired board? When the flush draw misses, I doubt it. Ash doesn't really think about it and makes a call and gets the win, which pushes him back up to 20 bigs. Woof, woof, woof.
So the boys at 2 o'clock in the morning just railing the hell out of Ash here at the moment, wanting to see him get it done. He's up to 20 bigs now, almost 3 million in chips, and Michael's got a 2-1 chip lead at the moment with 42. Michael's played pretty solid, to be fair. The entire final table, or the feature table, I should say, that has been on stream. He really hasn't got out of line outside of one hand, which was the Queen Jack of Hearts versus the flop set. And he just spiked a 10 on the turn
and
and
propelled him into the chip lead.
Yeah,
So,
sure.
What do we know?
What a field card for him, though, on the turn. The 10 of spades, I believe it was, that peeled off on the turn against the set. Made him the nut straight, and there was no repeater at the river, and obviously picked up a monster hand here as Michael picks up the 10-6 suited. Round to Ash, I should say, who's picked up the 8-3 off. Second worst hand in Hold'em. An amazing hand in blackjack. If you play that, you just double down, one card only. Face down, plays dealer. He's just going to check back his option. Here comes the flop down a dirty. Comes 3, Queen, 6. Bomb pot next hand, all clubs. Ash does flop bottom pair with a flush draw.
Yeah.
Michael's flopped second pair.
So this is actually one of those hands that you actually can sort of check raise get in. Maybe not like check raise get in, but you can definitely start piling in. So you block bottom set, which is great. You block 2 pairs, which is great. You block flushes, which is great. You also have like a ton of equity against like a queen or a 6, especially against a 6. Don't necessarily have to, but you can, right?
So actually, it's so funny. Actually, Ash was 51% on that flop, even though
Exactly right.
Yeah,
you can
pretty
just
crazy.
You can just run it and hope he can hero fold the 6 and something like that. But now he just spikes 2 pair and he's loving his life. I think Michael should this is another one of those hands where I think he probably needs to have a bit of a deeper thought process. Like he's acting within like 4 seconds, which is, there's nothing wrong with betting necessarily, but I think he's sort of just betting cause.
Yeah.
And I think you kind of want to, obviously it's an unfortunate turn, but, you're losing to flushes, you're losing to 8x, you're losing to queen x, you're losing to 2 pairs. So, like, you're kind of bluffing / equity denying, like trying to get value from,
Sure.
king 7 with the king of clubs or something like that. And that's kind of all you're targeting, unless you're bluffing and you're just like, okay, well, I'm unblocking flush draws and blocking 2 pairs and sure. But it's kind of like an in-between hand, and I don't know. I think you're kind of happy to just chill out and take this. So if I'm Ash, I'm calling this and hoping the guy blasts off, right? So he obviously has less flushes because I have the 8 of clubs in my hand. Doesn't really have any sets because I have blocked 2 of the sets unless he's got specifically 6s or queens, which would be mega unlucky. But he does kind of go for the raise, which, yeah, I can't say I hate it. I think I would just call. I just think wide v wide, we're just got this kind of locked up. We've got that club for security as well. Let's say we are against like pocket 6s, which would be a disaster. We've got a club as backup.
Yeah.
I think it's fine. I just think I'd prefer a call. It's really hard for Michael to call this now. Like, Ash has pretty much committed himself. If he calls this, he's going to have 2.6 in the middle, 0.6 SPR behind, and it's a bit of a dicey spot. Michael's in position as well, so he could have just checked back turn and realised his equity with the 10-6 and not get himself into a dicey spot. And sometimes when you're playing against good players like Ash obviously is, it's kind of simplifying it isn't the worst option and just sort of not putting yourself in a spot to be put in a tough spot. So, yeah, I think you might have to fold now, and obviously it is the right fold from a results-based perspective, but yeah, I think you've just kind of put yourself in a bit of a blender for no reason. If you got a queen, different story. If you have a 3, you have an easy fold. You kind of got that middle of your range, and you just a bit of a gross spot. So we'll see what he does. A lot's got to go through his head right now. I mean, he's ahead of let's say he's got 7-5 off with the 7 of clubs, or 7-9 off with a club. 10-7 off with a club. A lot of these hands that can you turn into bluffs that you beat, but now you're in like a dicey spot. So would have liked to check back, I think, and sort of just call a small river bet. But yeah, we'll see what Michael does. And he does make the fold. That's
a good fold.
Obviously a good fold results base. I just think you make it a little bit easier for yourself checking back.
Sure.
Turn and playing a 2 straight game. So well played from Ash. Picked up a nice pot there, and he's really creeping in on that chip lead. Any hand now, any hand, and the chip lead can flip. Any sort of half decent any over 6.5 big blind pot, Ash now takes the lead. So yeah, they're not really in that jam or fold category now where, Ash had 9 bigs before. Ash has now pretty much tripled up from there and gives himself a real chance at winning this one.
Approaching 2:30 in the morning local here as Ash picks up the ace-5 of clubs. Pardon me, need to clean the throat a little bit. Been talking non-stop now for 6.5 hours, give or take, maybe a bit longer. There's Ash here, like I said, on the button with the 8-5 of clubs. Electing just to limp in versus Michael, who has 7-6 off. Here comes the flop. Comes ace-4-3. Ashy picking up the wheel draw. Have a look at this also for Michael. He needs to spike the gut shot 5 to make the nut straight. Also has 2 cards working for him with the 7 and the 6 as well, obviously. He's going to check. Let's see what Ash decides to do here. Imagine he's probably just going to check this back. Ash does have backdoor clubs also working for his hand. He does. Pardon me. I thought I was checking and going to the turn, but they didn't. Ashley's going to bet here.
I quite actually do like this bet. Looking at it, you're getting
Michael's going to call, so off to the turn we go. 5 would be a disaster card, just quietly. Big card for Michael, but bit of danger for Ash.
Michael's actually check raised, which is quite a nice and unique find. I think I quite like Ash's bet because you're just getting like a lot of these like Jack X, Green X to fold.
Good call from you. I didn't actually see that raise.
Yeah.
Oh my God, have a look at the turn card. He's done it earlier tonight as well with the Queen Jack of hearts, spiking the gut shot on the turn. He's done it again here, making the stone cold nuts on the turn. And Ashy obviously picking up second best pair now. Now we do know that the 4-liner straight is down. Any deuce gets the job done.
Yeah, this is really unfortunate.
To make that straight, but it would be dead against the nut straight. Obviously here, Michael, he just turns it absolutely gin. The 5 of hearts. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, look, it's obviously hard to analyze every hand because, you never know the correct answer, right? Ash's peel on the flop to the check raise is probably totally standard because he's got backdoor clubs, he's got a gut shot, he's got 2 overs to the 4, so it's quite fine. Obviously, a bit of an unfortunate turn, but, on this turn, like, you're in a real dicey spot now, right? Like, and sort of just is what it is, right? So, obviously, you lose to a 2 straight away. You lose to 7-6, which is super unlucky. But what do you really beat? Like, he's bet $1 million into 1.3, and I actually think that Michael kind of missized this. I think he's betting a size now where,
good fold.
Yeah, and I think he's bet a size where, like, an ace can fold. And obviously, 5 is worse than an ace, so you're obviously folding that too. I think I would just like to see, like, because you're never not getting paid from a 2, right? So
sure.
If he's got a 2, you just get the chips either way, right? So he really needs to think about, okay, like, so do I think my opponent has a 2? Okay, well, then I'm winning either way. Do I think my opponent could have an ace? Okay, well, I'm going to size down a little bit now. I'm not going polar in this spot, in my opinion. And I think Michael went a little bit too big. I think I might have gone, like, half pot or something like that to try get a call from an ace and keep it in. Michael
just picking up the jacks here, heads up. Could be all she wrote if...
Yeah, it should be a pure limp on the button right now.
100%.
Yeah, just when you're 20-ish bigs effective, you're going to get whacked on by all lower pairs and this hand.
Exactly this hand.
Potentially, yeah.
Spot on. This could be the end of it here just quietly if Ash decides to jam this. Obviously, Michael not folding his pocket jacks, heads up.
Yeah.
So it's ace-8 versus jacks here. This is the conclusion of the opening event here at Playlive Melbourne, 129 York Street, South Melbourne. $150,000 in the prize pool. They are playing for $28,350 up top, $17,500 for whoever comes second. I'd imagine Ash is just going to jam this. What do you reckon? I mean, is it jammable?
Yeah, so this is
obviously
a really weird
it's a
one.
pretty big hand.
If you have a hand like ace-2, you just want to jam just to, like...
Sure.
Just because it's like a junky ace. If you have a hand like ace-jack, you kind of want to, like, raise and call off. When you've got a hand like ace-8-0, it's actually weird, and I hope Krilly is listening because I would love to hear his insight into it. He's played so many more heads-up battles than I have. This is like in the middle, so like as I said, ace-jack, you just like want to 3-bet call off a jam, right? I mean, in theory, he's meant to have like weaker aces and stuff like that. So like Michael's meant to be limp jamming like ace 2 as well, right? So
have a look at this. And Michael's decided just
set
to
the trap, yeah.
set the trap here. Yeah.
Which is dicey with jacks, but heads up, like you can do it and you can kind of just decide on
Oh my God, it's going in for sure here. Top pair, top kicker for Ash and an overpair for Michael. This could be the end of it unless Ash can find an ace or an 8 here, because I'd imagine stacks are going in here for sure.
This is the GGs in the chat.
Yeah, totally agree with that.
80% of the time, yeah.
But you never know. Let's see what happens. So top pair, top kicker for Ash
probably
on this
betting
very
like,
dry board.
Yeah, probably betting like 300 here, 350 or something like that. And when he raises, just never folding. I mean, he can be raising 7-5, can be raising 10-9, can be raising worse 8x, can potentially be raising like a6. So he goes with 450.
Do you like just just popping it back to the structure, just make it 900 and pay for stacks here, or
what's he got? 1.9 mil behind.
Pretty close, right?
Yeah, you're in position. I actually kind of like call. I think you let his bluffs stay in.
Okay.
And you know, jacks is a little bit vulnerable, but I feel like if something rolls off on the turn, you never fold anyway. So I think I'd like a call here.
Yep.
And if he gets like a 2 or something, I mean, disaster. GG. Ash is jamming for value. He's got a pot size left behind, so maybe not jamming, but maybe betting like 750 or something like that, and setting up stacks for a really easy, smooth jam on the river. So unfortunately for Ash, this is going to be probably the last hand of the tournament, and I think both players have played pretty well. Obviously, no one plays perfect, but I think both players over the FT have played quite well, and they're quite proud. Yeah,
considering Ash was down to 3K,
yeah,
bagged 53, and now very likely coming second in this tournament. I mean, I can't imagine him getting away from this brutal turn card.
And he's
just got to jam it, and Michael can't fold. Obviously, he's going to snap it over, show the jacks.
Yeah,
Ash needs to find an 8 or an ace. Otherwise, it's GG's in the chat for Ash, who'll come second in this event for 17,500. Here comes the river down and dirty. And the 5, and that's GG's. Michael Biviano is going to be your winner here. Day 2 of the opening event here at Playlive. Michael Biviano getting it done with the jacks versus the natural 9 of ace-8. Ash finding a bit of a cooler of a situation there, dealt up by the big man Gabe. That is all she wrote here at Playlive Melbourne. Thank you so very much to everybody who's joined us on Facebook Live, YouTube, and on Twitch. We very much appreciate you sticking by to see the conclusion of this event. Congratulations to all the winners for the giveaways. We look forward to seeing you next time here at Playlive, 129 York Street, South Melbourne.
Stop guessing and start studying like a professional. Welcome to The Vault at Octopi Poker. The Vault offers powerful study tools and data drawn from real tournaments. We've catalogued the action from the highest stakes arenas, including Triton, the WSOP, and Playlive. This isn't just a library of random solves. It's a curated archive of the most pivotal hands played at the world's most prestigious final tables. These are the hands that define careers. For these hands, we've provided comprehensive pre-flop and post-flop simulations. You can see exactly how the world's best navigated these high-pressure spots. Compare the actual play against the theoretical GTO baseline. Analyze the frequencies, the sizing, and the EV of every action taken under the brightest lights. Studying the Vault allows you to move beyond abstract theory and see how poker is actually won at the highest level. Boost your edge by studying reality, not just theory. Sign up today at octopipoker.ai. I'll see you inside.